Alright my friends, how you all doing? So, I just sat down to record like a couple of videos for myself. I sometimes sit down and do like a video journal that I will probably watch like a month from now or a year from now and see how I progress, right? And I realized one very important issue that I needed to talk to you guys with. And this is going to be actually a YouTube video. This is like where my journal ends and where the YouTube video begins, and I'm not gonna cut out anything from this video because I have a very important message that I need to deliver. And in order for me to show you guys that this is normally not a normal video, I just wanted to like just say something really quickly that was really important. I'm gonna show you guys my room and how messy it is. As you can see, like this is not the normal lighting that I actually like shoot my videos in. This is like let me show you guys everything actually. I actually have like a light here, and that's basically it. I don't have anything except this. And then when you look at my room, you will see that. Oh, wait a second. Wait a freaking second. Alright. So as you can see, my room is freaking messy. Like, these are the clothes that I wore today. They need to like get just cooled down, as well as I got like a another t-shirt. Nah, that's a towel from the gym right there. And my, as you can see, table is also pretty messy. But I have to shoot this video because I think I get a very important message that I've seen from my life that I just realized like today, actually. Just focus on me, boy. Here's the thing. When I look at my life like tomorrow I'm gonna be 19. Tomorrow is my birthday, and I'm probably gonna upload this video tomorrow, so happy birthday to me, I guess. Next year I'm not gonna be a teenager, right? Next year I'm in my 20s. I feel fucking old. So, here's the thing. When I look at the past 18 years of my life, I probably cannot say like, oh, when I was like 2 years old, I wasn't working hard enough, but like, except 1 year of my life, I have never been fulfilling my whole potential. Except 1 year of my life, I haven't been obsessed with what I do. And that 1 year that I was actually obsessed with my goals was, I can't remember the exact year, but it was when I was in the 8th grade. So in Turkey, you take these like huge exams that are called like LGS exams, and you need to get a really top score to get into the high school that you want. And for that year, I was like a huge Clash Royale addict for like years. I was like in the top 500 of my country in Turkey. So I was like really obsessed with that game. I would wake up at like 3 a.m. And the thing is, at the time, like at 8th grade, I didn't have a phone. I got my first phone, which was like an iPhone 6 when I got into high school. So after that day of LGX exams, I took the exams in the morning, and then that day we went out there and got me like a new phone. And actually, that was a wrong story. We got my father's old phone, which was like an iPhone 6 at the time. So I'm not using this. So the thing is, what's really interesting is before that year, I was a huge Clash Royale addict, and I probably like no hope to actually lose that addiction. I was playing that game for hours every single day, as well as I was waking up in the middle of the night, get my mom's phone because I was playing that game on my mom's phone, and get my mom's phone and play that game. That was me for a good portion of my middle school career. And then 8th grade. In 8th grade, by the way, when I was already a Clash Royale addict, my lessons, like my, do I have a towel here? No. My grades were already actually pretty good. Like, I was always a good student, technically. But then 8th grade hit, and I was like, I want to go to one of the best schools, if not the absolute best school in my country, because I just realized that, bro, if I actually went to the school that I'm in right now, if I actually got in, I could use that for, like, years as, like, yeah, I'm really successful and shit. So I told myself, yeah, 1 year, I'm just gonna put my head down and freaking study, freaking work. And I got to work. I went to school for like from the morning till like 2 p.m. and then I went to another place where like they teach students like another lessons. Like I went there, which we call in like Turkish dershane. I went there to study more. So I would basically study every single hour except I was eating, except like I was just having like an hour break. Every single hour that I was awake to study. I remember vividly that I woke up at like 7 a.m. as a 14-year-old fucking kid. A 14-year-old kid. Literally a 14-year-old kid. Now we have like 25-year-olds that don't know what to do, that don't know what they want to do in life. I can't fucking speak. I would wake up at 7 a.m. I would go to the library with a good buddy of mine, Hamza. If you're watching this, I love you, bro. We'd go to the gym, we'd go to the gym. We'd go to the library for 14-year-olds. We'd sit there and start studying at like 7:30, 8 a.m. And we'd study until like 12 to like 1 p.m. And we would like have lunch then, and then come back to the library, study until 4, 5 p.m. and then go home and then just do some stuff, go to bed, wake up again, go to the library, study freaking like 10 hours a day. And that was my life for 1 year. And I remember vividly, second time I use that word today, vividly, the other students that were studying in that library were like 20. We were like 18, 19, 20 to 25. We were like this small, like we were like this big. We would go to the library and study for like 10 hours. By the way, I'm really sick, so I might cough a little. And I'm not gonna cut anything out of this video. Happy birthday to me, 19 fucking years old. Alright, interesting story, right? I did that for months before I went to that exam. And every single couple of weeks, like one day out of like 1 month, I would visit my I would visit my uncles so that I could see my cousins. And bro, those nights where I saw my cousins were so rare at the time, was like 1 out of like 15, 20 nights. That was the only fun that I had for years, for that year. So when I would go to my cousins, and I'm like a 14-year-old kid, right? I would hang out with them for a couple of hours. We would go there, for example, at like 5 p.m. and then we would leave at like midnight. I had like 7 hours with my cousins. And we'd have so much fucking fun that when I was leaving, when my parents said, Ahmet, we're leaving, let's go, I was pretty much going to cry. Because I knew that for the next 3 weeks, I am not gonna do anything fun, and the fun is basically done. I'm just gonna study for the next 3 weeks. And at the time, I wasn't like this 18, 19-year-old guy who had so big goals, who had so aspirational goals of like impacting young men in a really good like way, impacting young men to become more masculine men. And so I kind of liked my goals, like I wanted to achieve them, but it was like I knew that for the next 3 weeks I am not gonna have any fun. And as a 14-year-old guy, a 14-year-old kid, that's like unbearable. And you just sit down and study 4 hours a day. Not 4 hours a day, for 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day. And what's really interesting is that year, like I got into this high school that I'm in currently, and that I'm gonna be graduating from in 2 months, and I'm gonna go to hopefully a good uni, and you will basically see everything that's going on in my life through this channel. I have used that high school as like, yeah, I'm graduated from, like, I'm from this high school, Istanbul High School, which is the top 1 ranked, literally top 1 ranked high school in my entire country, and I got into top 400 students outside of like 1.5 million students. And I was in the like top 0.04 students, which was like insane at the time. All my hard work actually paid off. And I used being in that high school, or being like a student in that high school for like years, as like, yeah, I go to this school. Like, if you go to Harvard, like, I'm probably not gonna go to Harvard, or if I go uni, I don't know if I can, like, finish uni, because I'm, like, doing this entrepreneurial thing, and I have gotten my power from academy, from, like, school to this now. This is what I do. So I don't think I'll be, like, a very, very good student in uni, to be honest. But at the time, like, that was my thing. I always will thrive at my thing. That's my thing. I will always thrive at my main thing. And my main thing was basically school by the time. And I have used being in the student in IEL for like years. Whenever I would enter a room, I would always, like, not in a rude way, but I would learn whether, like, which high school that kid went to. And what I would learn was, yeah, he went to that school, oh, I went to IEL. That's the top, right? There is no better than that. And one very interesting thing is, when I met my girlfriend, like 5 months ago. We've been dating like for 5 months. When I met her for the first time, one main thing that I used as like a symbol of success that I needed to attract her, it was not because like everyone can come to a girl and say, yeah, I'm really, like, I want to be successful, these are my goals. Like, everyone can say that, but when you say that you're from this school, it's basically understood that you are really, really, like, smart because you got into the top a few hundred students in like 1.5 million students. So even though I don't really truly believe in the education system, I don't think that students in my high school are actually going to become successful, or actually going to make a lot of money in the future, because I know for a fact that they won't. I might explain another story in the end of this video. This video is going to be fucking fun, bro. Even though I know that, I used my school as like that symbol of success to her, and that was initially what got me the chance to talk to her so that I could explain my personality, that my personality can attract her actually. So I needed that school, IEL, as the main thing that would attract her for the first time. That would like glance her eyes, and then I would be able to, I would get the chance to explain myself if I could attract her or not. Just like, for example, if you watch, like, Tate's, the Tristan Tate says, not the Tristan Tate, that's not how you call that guy. So Tristan Tate basically says that, oh, Lambo doesn't get you to girls, the Lambo gets you the 8 seconds you have to attract with that girl, to, like, have a conversation with that girl, and if your conversation gets her or not, that's another question, but the Lambo that doesn't get you the girl. Just like this school, that, like, being at the top of that hierarchy doesn't get you the girl, it basically gives you the chance to talk to her, and then you have your game if you can attract her or not with your personality. So that's what happened, basically. And the interesting thing is, that year, I sat down as a 14-year-old kid, studied 10 hours a day for a year for one goal, and I fucking achieved it. And I've been using that, like, as a symbol of success for years now. So that taught me a lesson. After that 1 year, I have never worked that hard. Which bugs me a little, because every single year I'm getting better, but that year was basically until I'm my prime. I would just, as a 14-year-old kid, everyone would have fun, everyone would try to, like, go on small dates, everyone would try to, like, oh, are you coming to the graduation party? No, bitch, I'm studying. No, bitch, I'm studying. I'm actually gonna be studying that day. So, that's really interesting, number one. Number two is one story that I need to explain, or let me just actually connect the point and then I'll explain the funny story. Not the funny story, it's a sad story actually. And then what I realize right now is, so in 2-3 months I'm going to be graduating from high school and I'm going to be going to uni. Or will I go to uni, will I not go to uni, will I take a gap year, I don't know, we'll see. But for now, what I'm doing is, even though I like shit on the education system that much, I tell you guys that it's fucking, like, it's not going to be worth much in the future. I'm going to actually dial down and study my ass up for the next 3 months so that I will have my final grade, which is going to be enough for like a top level university. So the reason why I want to get to a top level university like Technical University of München or Ludwig Maximilian University, which are the best universities in Germany, the reason why I want to go to those universities is not because those universities are like awesome. Those universities ain't shit. They don't teach you nothing, my friend. But what they do is, when you say someone that, yeah, I went to that uni, that's like the thing that's like kind of awesome. Like, I know that like my high school that I studied in for 5 years, which is the top 1 ranked high school in Turkey, in the country, when you look at this, the pure education, the knowledge that you got, it wasn't like incredible, to be honest. But the fact that I got to use that plaquette, that name, for years was amazing. So I'm gonna go into a top uni, and I will probably like be able to make videos, oh, day in the life of a TUM student, like of a Technical University of München student. That would be freaking awesome. But the point is, I used all my freaking hard work and my understanding of everything just for 1 year to study. And that's how I got successful in that area. And that is what I've been using for the last years. So what is the message that you need to get from this video? My friend, you are procrastinating too much. You are a little bitch when it comes to that. And the thing is, I am procrastinating too much. I'm a little bitch when it comes to this as well. So I am your friend on self-improvement who is calling you out right now. I know you need this message. I freaking know you need this message. And that message is, you are a little bitch. You are procrastinating too much, just like me. So we gotta change that. So when I look at my life, I can't say that I'm working 10 hours a day. I just cannot say that. And I need to be able to say that I'm working 10 hours a day at least. The reason why is 10 hours that thing, bro, when I say my work, it's my YouTube plus like my school. Bro, we just have to work more. We all the time talk about like, oh, you should study like smart, you should like work smart. Yes, working smart is awesome. You gotta work smart. But the thing is, without working hard, you are not gonna understand how working smart means. First of all, like, this is what we have to do. We should wake up, and the moment we should start, like, oh, if you're a student and if studying is currently your only thing, like you're preparing for some exams, you should literally wake up, go onto the clock app of your phone, and you should go to stopwatch, like this, and then the moment you start study, you start the timer as well. This goes running. When you take a break, you just stop. When you start again. And at the end of the day, this number should be at 10 hours. For me, when I wake up in the morning, if I have like that 2-hour deep work routine that I have in the morning, I should start the clock at like, if it's like 5 a.m., 5:30, just start it. And then whenever you are done with the day, you should have done at least 10 hours of work that day. And as a young man, if you're watching this video, 10 hours of work every single day is gonna put you ahead of every single fucking guy on the planet. Maybe not every single one, but because a couple of thousand people are watching this. But the point is, you should work more. You should simply work more. And the more you work, the more you're gonna understand how working smart for you could be the thing. So here's the difference between men and women. If you could tell a guy or a girl, like, the thing is, you can make $1,000 working 1 hour. You make $1,000 per hour. If you tell this to a girl, the girl will say, oh, I need to only work 5 hours a week, so I make 20K a month. But as a guy, what you should be saying is, if I make if I make $1,000 an hour, what I gotta do is I gotta do 12 hours every single day, which is $12,000, and then a week. If let's just say you work like 5 days a week, which you shouldn't, you should use weekends as your secret weapon to get ahead of other people. You make 60K a week. That's $240,000. I'm not good with numbers when it comes to English because that's not my main language. Now I've gotten really, really good at numbers in German because German is my actually main educational language, but it is what it is. $240,000. Bro, that's a lot of money. So, here's the thing. Well, I'm not going to talk about much money because I don't make much money that way. Fucking no. Here's the thing. You should work more. The more you work, the better your life is going to be. The more you face uncomfortable work hours, work situations, the better your life is freaking going to be. That's interesting, right? So, the freaking funny story, or the sad story that I wanted to explain, because the video is basically done here. You can leave, actually. The story is this. I was in the physics class, and we were doing like an experiment, and I don't even know what the experiment was, because I wasn't really paying attention that much. I was like writing a YouTube script, which I shouldn't have been doing. It is what it is sometimes. Day in the life of a YouTuber. So we were doing like this experiment that like I couldn't see very well from the behind. So the teacher said basically the people who are like sitting a little far away from the experiment, they can just come next to the experiment and they can just watch the experiment there. And everyone just stood up and they went there, right? And I'm watching like the Bosporus view from the window, and what I realized was like there's this Porsche Cayenne, which is like a really, I don't know if it's like pronounced Cayenne in English. There's a really nice car which is like worth a few million liras in Turkey. And I see that car, I'm like, bro, someone has the fucking money to buy that car. And everyone here in this class, which are technically the best students in the whole country, are focused on that physics experiment. I don't know, bro, that bugged me. That bugged me a lot, actually. It is what it is. The main point is, you should work more. Work more, your life is gonna get better. If I work more, my life is gonna get better. Every single morning, I'm gonna wake up and tell myself, yeah, I'm gonna work 10 hours a day. And maybe 1 hour or 2 hours of that 10-hour work is not really that productive. Doesn't fucking matter. Do the work. The more you work, the better, the more productive you're basically gonna become. Stop being a little, what do you call that? Stop being a little, stop being a lazy cunt, bro. Let's get to work. I love you guys all. Let's fucking get to work. Let's go. Happy birthday to me. Next year, we're gonna be 20 and we're gonna be in our 20s. I feel fucking old.